Good morning, YouTube family. So, I wanted to have an update because it's been a few days since we've
We haven't.
done anything.
Yeah, we haven't filmed anything since
Last weekend.
last Sunday.
Well, yeah, last Sunday we went to Chef Mickey's. So, no big surprise. I got COVID. I tested positive earlier this week. So yeah, we've been quarantining by default. Obviously, Kelly here is quarantining as well with me,
And the kids.
and the kids, of course. So, so yeah, that's why we've been kind of laying low a little bit. Hi, bud. Off the couch with that ring pop, Mister. No, not right now. So, I don't know. I just kind of wanted to give you guys an update, discuss a little about, my symptoms. We have a feeling that Kelly probably has it as well. So anyway, I want to start this whole thing off by saying that we are both vaccinated.
Yes.
I got my vaccine April of
And
this year.
I didn't get mine until after we were down here in Florida, just due to circumstances around the fact that in Pennsylvania there were certain requirements that they were only doing it in stages, and because I was a stay-at-home mom, I was home with the kids 24/7. By the time they decided I qualified, it was the week we were moving, and it coincided with the week they took away the one-shot J&J temporarily.
Yeah.
So I had to wait until we came down here
Right.
to be able to get mine.
Yeah, so it just kind of worked out that way. I rolled the dice. I got my second shot, 2 days? We came down on May 4th. I got my second shot on April 28th, 30th?
No, your last day of work up there was the 30th. It
So it was the day before. It was the 29th.
29th.
Yeah, it was the second to my last day at my old job. So, yeah. I had, very minimal side effects. I had a sore arm like everybody gets. I was tired, but I don't know if I was tired because we had been packing for weeks straight, and every night was a late night, and of course this was the last final push to get things set to make our move down here to Florida. So yeah, I mean, let's talk about our symptoms. So here's how it progressed for me. Everybody's different. I understand that. But I had my first day, I just felt kind of off. So for anybody that gets like a summer cold, you just don't feel yourself. Like, I didn't feel sick, but I didn't feel right. I was a little nauseous from time to time. I thought that I was going to get a headache, but that never actually happened. So I just felt off. And then the next morning I woke up, had a runny nose, and I'm like, yep, summer cold, happens every year to most people, and I expected it. That only lasted for I don't know, half a day maybe, till lunchtime. And then everything retreated up into my sinuses, which my head felt like it was going to explode. That was not comfortable whatsoever.
That one put you down.
Yeah, no amount of Advil or anything I was taking was helping. So I'm like, man, this is terrible. And then, kind of the telltale was I lost my sense of taste and smell, which I have lost it before during a summer cold, but it's only lasted about a day or so, and it usually is relieved with some type of decongestant, which I've been taking. I started off taking Sudafed. Yeah. Sudafed AM and PM.
No. NyQuil.
NyQuil AM and PM. Didn't help at all. And then I started taking, let me back up. So I was taking, NyQuil AM and PM. It didn't help at all. And my head hurt, and my sinuses were so inflamed that they actually stung. Like, it hurt to blow my nose. Breathing through my nose hurt because they were so sensitive. So I decided to go to a local urgent care here in Orlando, and she
Thinking it was a sinus infection.
thinking it was a sinus infection. I just thought I had a really bad sinus infection. But yeah, again, I was a little worried because the whole Delta variant is going so rampant down here in Florida. But so I went to the urgent care, and I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I feel like doctors everywhere are using COVID as a crutch, because she was real quick to jump to, let's test you for COVID. And I'm like, okay, I get that, but don't you want to do some other tests first? And she didn't.
No.
She just said, okay, well,
Take Mucinex D.
yeah, that was everything. She said, what have you been taking? And I told her, and she said, oh, you want to take something to loosen the mucus. It's not slime, it's mucus.
It is mucus.
Sorry, we just watched Princess and the Frog yesterday, so that stuck in my head. For those of you that know that movie, you know where that's from. So I started taking Mucinex. Also didn't help, but I'm still taking it just because I bought it. So they did the brain swab thing, which I saw stars because my sinuses were already so dry, and they stuck that thing up my nose, and ooh, man, that was painful. And within 48 hours, literally the next night at about 7:15, I had my results and said that I was positive. And I've been quarantining ever since. So
Yeah.
now,
As for me,
as you can hear a little bit,
yeah. When I got my first shot, the only thing I had was my arm hurt for days. Days, I tell you. The second shot, my arm did not hurt nearly as bad or as long. I was tired.
yeah, that wiped her out.
I was just tired. I took a nap the next day. However, now we're into this phase of it with the COVID. And because he's positive, I would be what they consider presumptive positive. So there's no real reason for me to go get tested because I sleep next to this. So
What do you mean this?
this COVID
Please,
germ.
this is this is
And
privileged.
please remember, getting the vaccine does not mean you will never get COVID. It means your symptoms will be decreased and you won't end up in the hospital on a ventilator, hopefully.
Right.
So getting the vaccine...
That's, I guess, the only guarantee, right? You're not impervious to the...
Right.
And I know people are going to say, oh, then why get the vaccine? I can imagine what this would have been had we not had the vaccine.
Yeah. So, the fact that we're able to sit here and hang out and watch Disney movies all day has been good. We're not laying in the hospital with tubes down our throat.
Right.
So, for me, I just feel like I have a cold. It's just, my nose is kind of stuffy, and I have a little bit of a scratchy throat.
She has the respiratory sore throat stuff that a lot of people are getting. I never got that.
And my throat has never really hurt. It's at the beginning it was just a little scratchy, like that dry scratchy where no matter how much you drink, it still feels dry.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a little bit of a cough. So, just sneezing, sniffly, sneezy, coughing, just like a cold. And I've been tired. I have been extra tired, and I've taken a couple of naps while we've been, because what else can we do? We're just all in this house. So I've taken some naps. The kids have not shown any symptoms.
Nope.
We're very thankful that they are doing good.
Full disclosure, I have been attempting to keep distance from them, but they are 9 and 5. They don't know what distance is.
And
as you guys could have seen on Instagram, our son, he likes to come in our bed in the morning as of late, and he's all over the place.
Yeah, because he has bad dreams. So when he has his bad dreams, what's the normal thing to do? Come climb in bed with mom and dad. And there's a fine line between trying to socially distance from your child and still making sure your child knows you're there for them.
Yeah.
So, we're not going to turn him away when he's having a dream.
Right.
But yeah, so we're just hanging out. We've watched a lot of movies. Haunted Mansion, Three Caballeros.
That's my favorite. I love Three Caballeros.
Yeah, so we've been watching a lot of Disney movies, and
Mainly because we just can't get out, so we're just trying to.
now we do have something today that we want to do with the kids. Actually, hold that thought. I will grab it.
Okay.
So I ordered this a while back. It was one of those ads on Facebook, and I looked at it. I thought, oh, this is pretty cool. It's called the Adventure Challenge Family Edition. And they have other ones. I forget what all they are, but there's one for like dating and stuff.
It didn't focus on it. It focused on my face. There you go.
Okay.
Sorry.
And then inside you have two little discs. Probably not focusing real well.
It's still focusing on you.
Anyway, there's
There you
two
go.
little plastic discs in there for scratching. And then you have your book.
A book. Well, it's kind of covered.
You can pull that all the way off because I need to open the book. We didn't pre-plan this.
No.
So, inside the book, it's got different things. And the rules are disconnect to reconnect, no take-backs, document the journey, and show it off. And then, I can't read it, so I'll just show you, and then I'll finish explaining. Each one has a square that you scratch off. It tells you an approximate cost of the adventure, the best time of day or night to do the adventure, and approximate duration of the adventure. So you can tell what type of adventure, like kind of pick before you know what it is. So for example, this one, I'm trying to figure out, full sensory cinema. It would, what's that? $0 to $15.
Takes place at sunset, and it takes 2 to 3 hours to complete.
And it shows you a picture of a house, a tree, and a moon.
So, like, that's if you pick that one.
You know you're going to do it in the evening.
Yeah, you know you're going to do it in the evening. It's going to involve a house, probably some trees, and then
I think that would mean at home outdoors.
probably okay, at home outdoors. And then there's a spot here. You peel this off, and once you take a picture, this is how you document it. So this is the scratch off part, and then you take a picture. You peel this off, and there's a sticky thing behind it, piece of sticky tape behind it.
Yeah, so you take a picture to document. So at some point today, we're going to go through and we're going to pick one. And once we pick it and we scratch it off, we have to do it.
We're going to do it. So
we will be back and show you our adventure.
as the kids are creeping.
Yeah.
Slowly creeping. So I think today we are going to do that activity. And of course we will bring you guys along with us. The nice thing about that is, we showed you an example there, but the nice thing about that is it's stuff that we can do wherever, because we can pick the location, and we know we need to stay here, so that's what we're going to do.
Yeah. We aren't going to have to necessarily worry about not having what we need to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, because you can pick stuff that doesn't require shopping, because it shows you what it requires. So, the kids were already over here, as you saw. They were already over here saying, what is it? What are we going to do? So, but yeah, I think, as far as the COVID goes, We're doing everything we can that's required of us. I want to mention, I probably should have mentioned this earlier, that Orange County that we are in Florida just declared a state of emergency. So Disney, basically all the theme parks, just changed their mask policies. So vaccinated or not, you have to wear a mask when indoors, period. Disney never removed their mask requirement when in transportation or on transportation.
Right.
So, you always had to have it on, but now at any of the theme parks, you have to once again wear a mask inside.
Yes.
So, we're gonna get ready, got our day going here, and like I said, we'll bring you guys along with us. Hope you enjoy. So today, on top of the other activities / quarantine activities, which actually, our quarantine activity, we have to see if there's one in there in that book that is strictly for inside, because Florida life, there's a bad storm rolling through, so we'll see how bad it gets. But for lunch, we ordered hot dogs from a place called Dog House. Technically, I guess it's in College Park, Orlando, Florida. So they have all types of hot dogs, tater tots are kind of their big thing. But I'll show you what I got. So Mom got just all beef hot dog. Oh, there it is. All beef hot dog. Just standard fare hot dog. And the plain tots, which just have a little bit of sea salt on them. Lane up there got a hot dog as well. Me, however, I got the buffalo dog, which is a all beef hot dog with blue cheese crumbles and hot sauce. And the spicy redneck. So the spicy redneck is a all beef hot dog with jalapenos, diced onions, and ranch dressing. That's that guy. Man, it looks delicious. And because I had to, I got the tot sampler. So you get 3 tots, or a choice of 3 kinds of tots. It's $6.50 for the sampler. And here I got the chili cheese tots. I got the urban tots, which is Parmesan herb blend and garlic aioli. And I got the 5 spice tots, which are tater tots tossed in Chinese 5 spice. So the price for the tot sampler was $6.50. And then each house dog, these are house dogs, each of these is $4.95. You can also just get a plain hot dog, like she's eating. Plain hot dog is also $4.95, and you can kind of put, whatever toppings you want on it. So I anticipate this to be an incredibly messy lunch, but we're going to go ahead and finish up our lunch today. There's a pretty good rumble of thunder. We'll see what this storm does. Here she is. We'll see what this storm does. We might be kind of stuck inside. We don't know. We'll see. Rains every day in Florida. Stay tuned.
Good evening.
Good evening. So, as you can see, A, we're driving. B, it's the next day. We had this grand plan to do one of those activities. It's not a CRV going on there. There we go. We had a grand plan to do one of the activities like we spoke about in yesterday's video, which will be going up probably maybe tomorrow, being August 3rd. We started this video on August 1st. Anyway, and a whole bunch of stuff happened.
Yeah.
And it ended up not happening. The weather blew up in our face, Florida life. And then
and today things kind of got out of control with potentially our new house and just every other thing. So, and oh, by the way, today is my last day of quarantine, thank God. So tomorrow I'll be going back to work, but we just had to get out of the house.
Yeah, we're not going in anywhere. We're just out driving.
We're literally just out of the house in our car driving because it was we couldn't take it anymore. We're a family of activities. We like to do things.
Yeah.
As well, hence the reason the videos. So it's now 8:15 at night on Monday night, August 2nd. So we're actually out driving on I-4.
Which is why the camera keeps wiggling, because...
Yeah, which is why the camera keeps wiggling. So we're trying to keep it steady. Which, by the way, the image stabilization on the ZV-1 is pretty good. But wiggling, maybe not so great. So sunset's beautiful, which is nice.
Yeah.
And we're driving down to Kissimmee to take a look at a couple things. Don't want to reveal those couple things because we're probably going to be using them in a future video, but we'll let you guys know. So, in typical Mayhem and Delight fashion, this video started off... We had plans for this video, and those plans completely fell apart, so we're just rolling with the punches at this point. And we appreciate you guys for rolling with the punches with us. So, if you like what you see, please subscribe, like this video.
Don't judge us by this video alone, please.
Yeah, don't judge us by this video, because it's not great. Like right now, we're in our jammies. Again, we just had to get out of the house. So, like and subscribe. Suggest, if you have suggestions, stuff you want us to do, stuff you want to see us do, comments, concerns, we would appreciate the feedback down below. And we'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks.